Welcome back to JB Reviews. I don't normally do videos like this because I don't like doom and gloom, and you know, I think now it's kind of true that things are starting to really change, because last year you would have never seen stuff like this. And what I mean by that is a lot full of Super Duties. Ram has pretty much always had inventory. Even during COVID, they always kept at least 5 to 10 trucks on the higher volume dealer lots. But every Ford dealer I ever went to, especially when we were traveling full time, I never saw Super Duties. Like, you would see some like this, you know, even like that red one right there, bare bones. This is also an XLT, and you would typically always see trucks like this, just bare bones, long bed, super cab, trucks that are a little bit harder to sell. But it doesn't just stop there. It goes all the way down to the very end of the line there, all Super Duties. And there's one over there, and I think there's maybe a couple up there too. But again, even over this side, more Super Duties. I have never seen this many Super Duties in a long time. I would say within the last 5 years, I don't think I've ever seen this many Super Duties. And there's not just Lariat, XLT, and XL trim models. This is a King Ranch right here, right? And this is a really nice one because it is an F350, has a chrome package on it, so it doesn't have the two-tone, and it's a long bed for just under $100,000. And believe it or not, they have a platinum trimmer available. This truck was so hard to get last year. If you did not order it, you weren't gonna get one. No one backed out of trimmer platinums last year. Oh yeah, here's the other one right here. So there's two here. And yeah, I mean, this is insane. Now let's keep going down the line here. Most of these trucks are gonna be Lariat, but sprinkled in, you will see there is one platinum right there, and then the rest of these are gonna be Lariat. Now they did have another King Ranch. It was the red on that darkened bronze color. They actually sold that truck. I'm very shocked by it because I'm not a fan of that two-tone with that color scheme. But yes, you can get a 2024 Ford Super Duty F350 Platinum on the lot right now. This was a really hard truck to get last year, and it's pretty nice. Has a black interior, has the twin panel moonroof. The price is $94,135. It doesn't have that many options, and it does have the standard output power stroke. Now the good news about a Platinum is most things do come standard, right? And these do come with the projector style headlights. But why have Super Duties stopped selling? Well, let me just make a point here. They haven't stopped selling. They are still selling. They just have slowed down. And that's kind of in part to sticker shock. For example, here's a Lariat for $94,270. And by the way, if you weren't paying attention on this side, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 is a white one right there on the end, 6, 7, 8 trimmers. 8 trimmers available. I think that Ford may have priced the trimmer package just out of reach for some people, because you guys just saw there was a $95,000 Lariat there you can get with the trimmer package. Now here is a Platinum again, Platinum trimmer. This truck is $101,170. Now this is F350. Here's an F250 Platinum for $99,845. Now if you didn't watch the last video I did on a F250 Lariat, I think it's this one right here. I found it. It actually was on this side. This F250 Lariat trimmer was $98,345. Now I know that these trucks are all optioned differently. Like this one has a ton of accessories, has the panel sunroof, has everything on it. Ultimate package, it's loaded up. I did a video on this if you want to go check it out. But my point is, I don't remember Lariats costing as much as Platinums, even if you did do something like this, right? And so I think that's kind of the issue here. Most of the people who wanted to buy Super Duties have already bought them. So last year, I want to say out of 50 trucks, I may have seen maybe 10 people back out of their deals. Now when it came down to the higher trims, King Ranch, Platinum, they all typically took their trucks, especially the limiteds. I never saw a limited sit on the deal a lot. Now they did have a couple of them available, and I think they've since sold. Let's go see if they still are here. Okay, I think they might have sold the 2 limiteds that were over here. So those trim levels never stick around long. If you have a limited Super Duty, they're gone typically within like a couple weeks. Now with that being said, this Platinum, I'm not sure if it's available. You can reach out to the commercial department and see if it's available. This is a really nice spec, by the way. New color, trimmer package, has the tonneau cover already on there, and it has clearance lights, thank God. This one also has clearance lights too. But yes, the higher trim Super Duties like Platinums don't normally stick around. Limiteds are really hard to get. Like if you ever want to get those higher trims, even if you don't plan on taking it, some Ford dealerships will order a truck. Depending on the colors, they might do it for you without a deposit. If you get white, black, easy colors to sell, like that color, that replaced the Azure Gray. It's called Glacier Gray. There it is. Those colors are pretty easy for dealers, and sometimes they won't have you leave a deposit. They'll just put your name on it, and once it gets there, they'll call you to let you know it's there. But these trucks are easy to sell, right? But I will say, this is probably the best time to start looking. I don't know if it's the best time to buy, but it's definitely the best time to look, because I saw some of the trucks on the other side, they had $5,000 off. Last year, people were paying that plus another $10,000 over MSRP for some of these Super Duties. And if you found something like this, you probably were paying definitely at or well above MSRP for a cabin chassis truck like this. But here's the question. Does seeing this inventory show that there is potentially a recession coming? I would say no. I think what happened was last year and earlier this year, everyone who wanted a Super Duty got one. And now you have a lot of stragglers. Now I will say most of the trucks here are probably sold orders that people backed out of. The market is definitely cooling down because interest rates are still high, right? And these trucks are astronomically expensive. You guys just saw Lariats can cost $100,000. I don't think that if you tried to get to $100,000 you could just 4 years ago, or even 3 years ago. I would say on a 2022, I don't think you could get a Lariat to that $100,000 range with a trimmer package, ultimate package, and whatever else you want to add to it. But today, if you see a Lariat like this one with the trimmer package, this one has a twin panel moonroof, $95,000. That is about the same amount of money as a Platinum trimmer. So I do believe that people are starting to really wake up to the fact that these trucks are super expensive, and now it's time to negotiate. And so this is, in my opinion, a good time to start looking if you did wait back in 2020, 2021, especially if you can get like that employee pricing. I can't remember what they call it for Fords, but yeah, I can get the pricing from Ford because I joined that Mustangs of America club. One of my friends, Jared, special shout out, he helped me out with that. And yes, so if I decide I want to buy a truck today, I can get a discount on a Ford truck for sure. But I would venture to say the market is not crashing. My camera got really hot just now, so I had to stop it real quickly. But yes, the market is not crashing. I just think that everyone who bought a Super Duty and wanted to be first to get one already got them, so the hype has kind of cooled down. But interest rates are affecting the sales for sure. These prices obviously are so high. You saw Lariats are the same price as Platinums in some cases if they have the trimmer package. But the biggest factor today of why the market is slowing down is trade-in values. I have heard some insane trade-in value numbers where people are so far upside down on their trades that it's not even worth them even trading. Like, I heard over $40,000 of negative equity. I don't know how that is possible. Like, I can understand if you bought a Bentley or something like that and didn't put any money down and you financed 400 grand. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, you probably could lose 40 to 50 grand on a car like that. But this was on a full-size SUV, guys. Like a SUV that was probably not even over 90 grand. And they were 40 grand upside down. Holy crap. So yes, that is probably what we're seeing today, is trade-in values are not as high. So in some people's minds, you're paying a lot more for these trucks, right? So it doesn't make sense to go out and trade your truck in if you're not getting anything for it, and you're still paying probably what, 10% more than what you were just 2 or 3 years ago before the boom happened. So yeah, I think that's what you're really seeing. But I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comment section. I'm seeing this at this store. This is a pretty big Ford store, so for them to have this amount of Super Duties available is shocking to me, because when I first started coming here, they never had not one on the lot, and if they did, it was already sold and it was just waiting to be picked up. But yeah, if you live in that area, especially out west or even on the East Coast, like, let me know your thoughts on what you're seeing. I think the biggest factor right now is trade-in values. It's not the market's crashing, it's just trade-in values have plummeted. So when you're going in to get a trade-in assessment and you see how much expensive this truck is, you expect that your truck or your car is still worth a lot more than it would have been just 3 years ago, right? So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section. See you guys soon.